I'm here with the choir master himself, Ricky Dillard. How you doing, Ricky?
I'm awesome, Artie. How are you?
I'm great. He's here with us today for the Violence Awareness Concert here in the city of Flint. And as you know, Flint is at the top of the nation with crime, along with some of the other cities in our country. I'd like to know, what encouragement can you give us here in this city?
Well, I do understand it because I'm from Chicago, and Chicago is also on a very high crime rate. And I'm not exactly sure what is causing these triggerings in our communities that have caused our youth with gun violence, the fighting and the killing. But what I would like to encourage this city is that the Lord is still yet on the throne. He is all powerful.
Yes, He
is
is.
all knowing. And this is a time where, as people are looking for all kinds of hopes and a view of tomorrow, that things will be better. And I believe in Christ we find that peace, and we find that hope, and we find that tranquility, that we can relax and lay back in Him, and we know that protection is in Him. The name of the Lord is a strong tower.
That He is.
And the righteous run into it, and they are safe. So I find that in this time of the place of violence and those who are experiencing and those victims of it, that Christ is the answer.
That He is.
He is still the answer for today, and that's the message that I would like to leave with this city. Don't give up the hope. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Amen. Well, listen, you have great accomplishments this year. So we're going to switch the tone a little bit, and we're going to talk about some of the accomplishments that Ricky Dillard and UG has this year.
Yes, it's been an awesome year.
Awesome year.
We opened up the year with the Stellar Awards.
Yes.
And it was a success, and the overwhelming part of the whole thing was that we were able to close the show.
Yes.
Actually close, not be positioned in closing, whereas you were actually taping in another area of the show, and then they put you at the end, but we actually closed, and it was very, very amazing. So I really give praise and honor to the Lord for that opportunity to stand before the gospel music industry and its makers and shakers, and do Ricky Dillard and New G.
Yes.
And then we were blessed to attend the celebration of gospel, where we opened the show there, and that was an overwhelming experience as well, to be on stage and rub elbows with the Steve Harveys and Lettuces, and of course all of the gospel greats that were along with us. So we're really praising God for the broadening of the blessings of the Lord. I mean, we've been covering grounds that have been a little out of reach to us, and the Lord has been bringing them closer to us. So we're really grateful for those things. And of course, the album Keep Living is still in its flow, and it's doing extremely well, and we hear it all over the world. We hear it in churches everywhere. So that also brings us to an encouraging point that we're on the right track.
Exactly. Now, Founder, I know you're being humble, but because I'm a New G member, I'm going to have to give shout outs.
We got one Stellar this year, and we also got a Dove nomination as well. So we are praising God for the Stellar winning, and as well as the Dove Award, a nomination. So we're still making strides, and the Lord is still giving us favor before the world.
Okay, what is one of your favorite songs? One of your favorite New G songs?
New G songs. Man, there's so many.
It sure is.
So many. I think at present one that's really sitting strong in my heart is Destined for Greatness. It reminds me of when Moses and the children of Israel were coming out of Egypt. God told their forefather, Abraham, that they would be afflicted for 100 years, but after the 400 years, they would come out, and that they would come out with great substance. So that pictures in my mind as it relates to all of us. We're always in something, but it's the good thing to know that God is going to bring us out.
Hallelujah.
And not only will He bring us out, He's going to bring us out with great substance.
Praise God.
Yes.
Now, listen, as a choir member of New G, we always look good. So this one come off the top of my head, Ricky. what about you starting a robe line for choirs or designing? I mean, listen, we set the tone. So you ever thought about that?
Of course I have. I really have. I've tried to look into that. I'm still am looking into that robe designing company that will continue to dress choirs not just in robes, but even just in outfits or what have you. I've always loved color.
Yes.
Mixing colors and putting colors together in designs from traditional styles to contemporary styles. And what I've tried to do with New G is broaden them on difference with their look. So, that would be something very nice, and thank you for your encouragement.
Yes.
That might just spark something to make me really start to focus a little bit more on that.
Oh, yes, because you are a trendsetter.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
In closing, could you tell some of the young choir directors that are starting out with choirs or even have been with choirs for a while, can you tell some of the directors and directresses some things that can allow their choirs to have longevity, just whatever it takes for that choir to be the choir?
Well, actually, there is no system to have longevity. I think longevity is something that comes from God. I mean, it's the assignment of the Lord is what we have to be focused on, and we do not know how long that assignment is.
True.
But in creating a great choir that can influence and really be a great choir on the forefront of choirs is what I would say is great organization and structure, originality, skill, professionality, image. All of these things are important. And then when you grace a stage, gracing a stage with confidence and knowing the message, that the message comes from your heart to their heart, as has always been said, that what comes from the heart, it reaches the heart. We have to know our place and know our assignment, and as well as knowing our call of God.
Exactly.
Whom he predestined, he also called, and whom he
That's right.
called, he justifies, and whom he justifies, he glorifies. And on the way there to your destiny, if God be for us,
Who?
Who? Because there are going to be some enemies, there's going to be some haters, and you got to move beyond them, you got to look beyond them, you got to see beyond them, and keep focused on your assignment, because he's for you. And if he's for you, who can be against you?
Exactly. And we're going to close with that, from heart to heart, because what's in the heart, what's from the heart, it reaches the heart. Again, we thank you for tuning in with Heart to Heart with the choir master himself, Ricky Dillard.
God bless you.